Welcome back to CLIC Connect. I'm your host, Craig Sullivan, and we're bringing you another industry leader today. But before we introduce our guest, I would like to thank our production partners, Red Roof Franchising, and the good people over at Chicago Title National Commercial Services Group, California. Both groups would love to hear from you. Please tell our good friends at Red Roof that producer Danny and I sent you, and do the same thing when you call Chicago Title. They're there to get your deals closed on time and help you out with your real estate transactions. And they've been a big part of this show, and thank them for being a part of it. It's just been a great association with both groups. Well, today, our industry leader is Peter Wenzell, CEO, Wenzell Fisher Hospitality Group. Peter, welcome to the show.
Craig, thanks so much for having me today. How's everything on the West Coast over there?
Everything is beautiful. It's a good day in my neighborhood. How's it on the East Coast?
New York City is great. I'm just looking out the window, looking at Midtown, and it's a beautiful day, although not as warm as where you're at. So I have to come pay a visit, I think.
There you go. Yeah, and I know at least one of your clients is right up the street from us, so we'll have to have
absolutely
lunch next time you're out.
Absolutely,
here.
They're great, and would love to visit you and them. So.
Absolutely, my friend. So let's just jump right into this, Peter. Please tell the audience about your company and yourself. Let's start there.
Absolutely. As you know, and others may know by now, my company is named Wenzell and Fisher Hospitality Group. We started earlier this year, coming out of the pandemic, and we've had a heavy focus on hotel task force. And we are here to really serve the industry with all of the different talent from any positions, from a room attendant to front office agents to FOMs of any brand, full and select service hotels. We've had engineers, chefs, you name it. And we've been very blessed and humbled by the fact that we've just had so many opportunities from clients trusting us, to wonderful contractors and team members coming to join us in the last, since January. However, can't believe we're talking about the end of the year, going into our first year of operating. It's humbling. So, we're providing the hotel task force, and myself, I'm just here to try to help the industry and give others opportunities. And it's been fun so far, Craig.
Perfect. Well, let's talk about how you and your team are inspiring your clients. Let's go into that a little bit, please.
Sure. No, I think look, there's so many different wonderful companies that do what we do that I respect immensely, that, they've been doing this longer than us, but, we're learning our way and our technique of being genuine, and we're doing things a little differently. I have my eyes and ears to the ground, learning from a lot. But we put special touches, right? We specialize in customized services. There's not a one-size-fit-all package with us.
Right.
We're never going to have that. We're going to customize to each hotel's needs. And that's what I think we pride ourselves on. The personalization of services and the customer service from a high level. You have myself. You have our operations team, Kenny Pearson, Ash Sud, Jessica. We try to be very timely and responsive and being on top of challenges and successes.
You have to be. I mean, every dollar right now is more critical than at any other time. Yeah. And if you're not returning those phone calls, those text messages, those emails, it's a problem. Radio silence is not a good thing. So I'm glad to hear you're doing that. What are some of the challenges you're having with staffing hotels right now?
Craig, everyone's having that challenge, correct? But
right.
Thankfully for us, we have a wonderful director of recruiting, Miles, and he's able to engage that talent. I think what we're seeing is so many first-time, let's call, someone that knows OnQ, that's worked in a remote location, that we find that wants to travel, right? Yes, it's a 1099 contractor role, but they're not doing the same thing of going to a hotel every day and going home. they're getting on a plane and they're flying to a new destination. They're having every expense taken care of for them, and they're able to showcase what they have. Also, being a 1099 contractor gives you flexibility. You go on a 30-day assignment, you might say to our team or myself, I want to have, a week or so off after the initial couple of days that they have off. Then they'll call us and they'll say we're ready to go back out. Then we'll place them. I think the reason why we're having success in finding talent is because of the unique way we operate and having travel, and they're able to have the flexibility to say when they work and how they work and where they work. I think that's the main thing. It's not the same thing every day.
Right. And you know what? I think that's right now, that's the key to success. You've got a lot of people, millennials, Gen X, Y, Z, that, want that travel, want that experience, but, they also want to feel what that community is.
Right.
So if you're giving them that, that's a huge plus. And, we're in an age where everybody's been a digital nomad. Yeah. So, I think you're handling that right. You're getting the team to the asset, matching up. You've got somebody who's really strong in select service. You're probably not going to put them into a resort. They're going to be a fish out of water. So I think, it's that pairing and all of that. So temp staffing, what's that been like? I mean, are you getting a lot of requests from your clients where, hey, can we buy out their contract? Can we have them here full time and constantly replenishing that well? What's that like?
Absolutely. No, that is a great question as well. So we have been able to attract great talent, and there's been a case that we've had a task force team member go to Texas, and she did really well in this particular hotel, said, we want her. I said, look, it's going to be tough for us to lose her, but that's when we know we've been successful, right? We're sending talent to a hotel and they want to keep that, that team member. And yes, we work out a fee and it all works out. But at the end of the day, we want to make sure we're able to continue to send the talent. So for a hotel to be able to hire a consultant and keep them on, it builds our relationship because we'd like to think we're sending that great quality of talent. And in fact, we still work with that same company over and over again. And it's great, tough for us, but for the consultant, they get to live where they want to live. They've found that new location, and it's good for us because, we like to think we played in that and be able to provide a new life opportunity for them.
Absolutely. And I think the opportunity side is now for hospitality. We haven't done a very good job at promoting or recruiting for our industry. And that's part of the problem with what's going on now, besides people deciding, hey, I'm done. I'm moving on to something else.
Yeah.
Now, I think companies such as yours and, what you're seeing, you've got your thumb on the pulse. So, you can go to obviously the hotel schools, you can go to trade schools, you can go to a lot of various other places. And, I think that all meshes together so that you've got the seasoned veteran that maybe wants to travel a little bit more, doesn't want to be a GM at a hotel for 4 or 5 years. They like coming in and fixing things, moving on to the next project. But I think there's also an opportunity of training. And I think that's something that you got to, really focus on. And please tell us about how you're training these people.
Absolutely. So I like your point. We have high-level executives that's been, SVPs and major management companies that's come to work alongside of us in a very tough full-service hotel, grinding it out every day, right? They're seasoned, but they're joining us and doing the task force situation. We also, cross-training is huge. So with task force, typically, I give you an example. This awesome gentleman, his name is Wes. We found him out of Colorado. He came to us and said, I want to travel. First time, never flown on a plane, dropped him into Vegas, and he did a great job. After that assignment, we said, would you be interested in learning a Hilton brand? I talked to the client. I said, look, we don't need him to know this brand experience. I know his service. I know what he's done. Our team does. Let's give him that chance. Well, guess what? Now this fine gentleman who's representing us and himself are now knows Hilton and knows Marriott. So that makes him more diverse and able for us to say, hey, if there's not a Marriott opportunity, there's a Hilton. So we truly believe in cross training. We may not be on the ground in the property, but we're going to think outside of the box to keep everybody working.
I love it. And I think that's, part of what's making you guys a cut above some of your contemporaries. And, it is, you've added value to that person's career. You've added value to the hotel itself. And, it's a win-win for everybody. Now, just hopefully not everybody's going to pirate all of your, team members, and, you have to start out from scratch, but that is a possibility.
The thing is, I'm not afraid saying who's out there with us and everything else, because we like to think that we have a great team that takes care of our team and they don't want to leave us. Right. We're not perfect by any stretch of the imaginations. We made mistakes. We own up to them. We're not perfect, but, I'm not afraid to say who's with us, because we just hope that, they want to stay with us and help us get better.
Hey, if you want to list a few of your clients quickly, please feel free.
Sure.
It's all about you.
Absolutely. So, Newport Hospitality Group, led by Wayne West and Sean Branch and Brendan McCoy. All those guys are just near and dear to me. I actually used to be a GM for them, so it kind of came back full circle. We work with Emerald Hospitality Associates out. They're out. I mean, we serve so many of their hotels. Kenzie Azardi's just been a fantastic support from the corporate team. You have to have that good partnership between us, the client, and the consultant has to feel well. It's a three-pronged situation. And there's so many more companies that we're just thankful to be partnering with and talking to a few more. It's just incredible. And we just want to continue delivering the ultimate hospitality experience and taking your hotel one step forward and being a part of the success and for years to come. So,
well, before we tell everybody it's a national platform, although I already did, I want to mention one of my favorites, which is 24/7 Hotels, which is based right here in California. So, if you're in California or anywhere else in the nation, give Peter and his team a call.
And I have to give 24/7 a huge shout out. They were our very first client, and I really, really respect Michael F. Tansey, Drew Hardy, Edward Bush. They're always going to be extremely special, and we love serving their portfolio. So, again, thankful for that, and we'll continue doing what we know best. So,
absolutely. All right, my friend, we are going to go into our lightning round. So it's word association, just the first thing that comes into your head. Danny's going to put 2 minutes on the clock, and here we go. All right, remote working.
Innovative.
Recruitment.
Specialized.
Stakeholders. Shareholders.
Different.
I like that. Brands.
Diverse.
Toxic culture.
Not acceptable.
Very good. Team.
No one's bigger than the team.
Purpose.
Value add.
Favorite airport.
Newark Liberty. That's a joke.
Favorite hotel or resort.
San Juan La Concha, down in San Juan, Puerto Rico. The La Concha Resort has been one of mine, but there's so many wonderful resorts I've stayed at. So
there you go. Tech.
Zoom. Zoom and Google Meet has been our innovation of tech, I gotta say.
There you go. Work-life balance.
Remote working. It's a new day, right? We never want to have, I don't see how many companies can go back in the office. You've got to be innovative with it.
I agree, and you beat the clock. Very good.
Right.
Okay, my friend. So let's talk about how a toxic culture is not acceptable, because I agree with you. I think part of the problem we've had in this industry of late is people have that attitude, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. And that's stifled creativity, your imagination, your ability for your associates to grow into a career.
Yep.
And I think it's toxic at the end of the day. So how are you dealing with the toxic culture? Are you having that face-to-face with the ownership and going, hey, guys, you're getting in your own way? What's happening there?
So it's a unique dynamic for us, right? We're not a management company, but we do deal with management companies, and we deal with our contractors and our corporate team members, and we try to balance out the toxic, right? I mean, from us, we try to stay in complete communication with the clients. There's been contractors and team members that's come to us and say, hey, here's a situation that's going on. And Olga, our HR director, and myself will go to the client and say, hey, here's a concern that, our team is having. How can we address it?
Right.
We may not be inside of a hotel, but we're still in operations. We just manage it all remotely. I do try to visit the hotels and see what's going on and hear our team out. And in feedback I get, I will relay it. If
Right.
I hear a consultant say we need more staff, I might say, hey, do you guys need anything else, right? It's not our decision, but we can have that idea. As far as toxicity, you've got to be creative and innovative and think new ways. I was a GM at a hotel, and you have to think outside of the box, give opportunities, and I like to think we've done that internally. Our operations manager, Kenny Pearson, one night I found him he was referred to us, and I just really clicked with him. He was a task force manager. Said, Kenny, can you come on and do operational side for our corporate team? So Kenny does task force operations and does corporate work for us. And Ash Sud, same deal. And Miles, we've taken him with zero hotel experience, and now he's recruiting for us. You've got to get creative, and you've got to give opportunities. You have to, and that's when I think people work harder and give them flexibility. Do your job, have fun. That's why we take everybody out and try to make our culture as fun as we can and get the toxicity out. I won't have it. Our team won't. And, we try to do the best we can of not having that.
Perfect. I love it. I love that answer. And I think that's the story and the message that a lot of our contemporaries need to hear. It's about building a career. It's about forward momentum, not only for the individual, but the team and the asset.
Yep.
You take a pride and ownership in what you do. The team does, it's very welcoming. I was listening to an interview this morning where one of the senior executives at the firm said, the first thing I did was stop having my people use their script. Hi, I'm so-and-so, I'm your bellman, or I'm the front desk agent, or blah, blah. We didn't hire you to read a script. We hired you. You went through a multi-phase interview process because we saw something in your personality, and we want that to come out, and we want to train you, and we want to make you a better team member. So I think you're right about all that.
Yep.
Unfortunately, my friend, we are out of time. So, Peter, shameless plug. How can people get a hold of you and your team?
So you can contact me on our info website at info@wenzellfisherhg.com. My cell phone is on there. Our website, we have just gone through a rebranding, so our website is still being innovative and coming out stronger than ever. So when that comes out in about a week and a half or so, it's www.wenzellfisherhg.com, and that's the best way to get a hold of us, or LinkedIn. I'm always on LinkedIn. Send me a note, and I'll do the best I can to get back in touch with you soon.
Perfect. Peter, thank you for joining the conversation today. Producer Danny and I will have you back again another time. Thank you.
Thanks for having me, Craig.
Take care. Thank you, our audience, for joining us today. And I've got to thank our production partners, okay? Red Roof Franchising, Chicago Title, National Commercial Service Group, California. Without them and without you, producer Danny and I don't have a show. So I want to thank them. Also, keep in mind, CLIC 5 live and in person on March 10th, 2022 at the Crown Jewel of the Anaheim Resort, the JW Marriott. You can register at CLIconference.com. You see it on the ticker below. Thank you for joining us today. And remember, be kind, share your knowledge. Now go be amazing.